What is up, guys? This is Freddy, and today we're back with a new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So today we're going to be diving right back into the Is It Good series, where today we're going to be taking a look at Civil Warrior. So just a side note for you guys, I am going to be restructuring the way that I put out these videos. So I'm going to try to make them a little bit more relevant to what's happening in the game. So I'm going to be putting them out as it relates to them being the 4-star basic in the arenas. So right now it's Punisher and MODOK, and next up is Civil Warrior, and I think a crystal for all the 2017 champions that came out. I'm not really sure. I know that Civil Warrior for a fact is going to be the basic though, so we're going to be making a review of him. So Civil Warrior on Duped, the two biggest things that stand out are that heal block and that power drain / power lock on his special 3. Anyone who's been playing the game for a good amount of time can tell you how important heal blocks are, as well as power drains. That heal block is pretty long, up to 10 seconds if you use a special after using a heavy attack, and it will help you against champions like, say, Wolverine, Rogue, Original Deadpool, anyone who regens, Ultron, any of those champions. Civil Warrior is going to be a very, very valuable champion to have. That power drain that Civil Warrior has, it's not the best. Civil Warrior is often compared to someone like Vision, because Vision obviously having that heal block and power drain also. Civil Warrior is not as good as a Vision. Just by his special 2, Civil Warrior can only drain 60% of the opponent's max power, whereas Vision can drain 100% of the opponent's max power on his special 2. And when Vision does that, that results on placing a heal block on the opponent. So Civil Warrior isn't as good as Vision, but that doesn't take away from Civil Warrior, and I'd like to think that the people watching these videos, these review videos, are beginners trying to learn about the game, more about the champions that they have. So if Civil Warrior is the only power control champion that you have, then I definitely think that you should rank him up. He's not a bad champion, he's just not the best at what he does. But that shouldn't discourage you from ranking him up if he's all you have. If he's the only champion that you have that can heal block and or power drain, then by all means rank him up. He is an amazing champion, especially on Duped, if you don't have someone like Vision. And obviously once you start advancing more and more into the game and you get that Vision, obviously he's gonna take over Civil Warrior. But you know, as of right now, you know, there's no reason why you shouldn't rank up your 3-star or 4-star Civil Warrior if you have him, because he's going to be very valuable until you get that Vision. Now the other two things that Civil Warrior has are these this 15% poison and bleed damage resistance per armor up he has active. This is a nice little thing that Civil Warrior has. I don't think that this is something you should rely on, especially because it's miles better just to have or bring in a poison and or bleed immune champion instead of using someone that has, you know, damage resistance, because at the end of the day you're still going to be taking damage regardless. You know, whereas if you use someone that's immune to poison and or bleed, you know, you're not taking damage at all. And all these armor up buffs, Civil Warrior is someone that relies heavily on armor up buffs. Everything about him revolves around having some type of armor buff on him. So I'm not a fan of this mechanic. I don't think it's a bad mechanic by any means. I just don't think that it's very practical, and I hope I'm communicating my thoughts right. Just because, you know, when you're in Alliance War or Alliance Quest, you only have 3 minutes to end the fight. And Civil Warrior, you know, for him to be really, really good at all these things, you'd have to have a lot of armor ups on him. And this whole armor up mechanic that Civil Warrior has, it's supposed to be a substitute for Captain America's perfect block. And you know, I don't think, again, I don't think this mechanic is bad. I just don't think that it's as good as what it's trying to substitute, because whenever you're using a Captain America, all you have to do is hold the block and you take 0 damage, and you don't really have to do much to get that. You know, you just hold block and you get a perfect block. Whereas Civil Warrior, you have to keep on building up these armor up buffs, and even when you block, sure, some of them may be perfect blocks, but most of them will be you'll still be taking block damage. So I just don't think that the armor up mechanic that Civil Warrior has is too great. Again, I think the two biggest selling points for Civil Warrior are his heal block. So now let's just move on to him being duped. So Civil Warrior's signature ability, Arc Shield, I don't think it's a horrible signature ability. I don't think that it's worth using an Awakening Gem on Civil Warrior. Honestly, all his signature ability does is give him 2 stacks of armor up. And then that 18% special damage resistance while blocking. Really, it doesn't matter, since ideally most of the time you're just evading special. So you're not holding block on specials. So I really don't think that that's worth using an Awakening Gem. Again, this is just my opinion, but in terms of him being unduped, I think that's at his best. That signature ability, it adds a little bit to him, but it's not that much, it's not something that justifies an Awakening Gem. But with that said, guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts on Civil Warrior? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you think he's a great champion? Do you think he's a trash champion? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And with that, guys, I will catch you in the next one.